Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot, and a big warm welcome to anybody new tuning in today. Now, it seems that we have a bit of a fashion going around with the cow print at the moment, and I've seen quite a few actually on Instagram, and I wanted to have a bash at it myself. So I thought what I'd do is I've done the thumb on this, and I've just done a cover powder and then put some mylar over it. So that's all the thumb is. I pressed a button, I thought it was record, it wasn't, it was photo. Brilliant, eh? So yes, yeah, that's kind of what you got today. Tracy's, well, what can I say? So let's see how we get on with this, shall we? Let's cross our fingers and hope it goes well. So what I'm doing is on the two middle fingers, I am doing a colour block. So it will be halfway down the nail in the cover powder, and I will do white at the top of those two nails and then white on the little finger and the pointer finger. So all the powders used today, there's no colour or anything like that, it's just core powders, which means it doesn't need capping. So while we're doing this, we will also ensure that we have our apex and structure and make sure that we're happy with that. So what I do is I go in with a bead first, and I just ensure that I get the cuticle area, the side walls, and just get the coverage right. Then I will go in and ensure that the structure and everything is there for the nail. Now this is the first time I've used this powder. It is Nailmate's Warm Beige, and I've got to say I found it really difficult to use. I found that it was setting up really quick, so I kind of it stopped going in wetter really. My pickup is usually a medium bead with the other acrylic systems that I use. Sorry, mine went blank then. So I've used Nailmate today, and it, like I said, it was setting up quickly with that first middle finger, so I went in a little bit wetter. Now when you're using hard coloured powders, so white, black, red, highly pigmented powders, they can be a right pain to use. So my tip to anybody who's struggling would be pick up your bead, wait for it to go bobbly like that, so it goes all pitted, put it down, wait for it, then work it, and you will be fine. It won't be sticking to your brush. Look, it's not sticking, it's not doing anything. So what you have to do is pick up that bead, wait for it, do not start to play with it straight away. That's when you'll find it sticking to your brush, and that's when you'll have issues. So I wait, put it on, brush it down. So I'm just making sure that I've got coverage there, because they're quite deep C curves, these long, extra long tips these are, and they've got quite deep C curves. They're actually stiletto, so I have cut them off and shaped them into a tapered square. I quite like that look at the minute. Not quite ballerina, not as thin as that. I do like, you know, the tapered square. You can see the thumb there. So that's the cover powder with the mylar over. So again, I'm going in with this white, and I'm just getting that coverage. So I'm making sure it's neat around the cuticle area. Now the cuticle on this finger is not straight, it's a little bit on the wonk. So I always make sure that it goes in like the half moon shape. I don't put it, the acrylic powder, to sit right up to that wonky cuticle, and that's what I'd do if it was on a proper person, because you only need to put it forward just a tiny bit, just a very small fraction, to get it to look nice. When it grows out, you don't want it to look on the wonk, do you? So, and I also think it highlights the fact that that cuticle isn't straight or, you know, half curved like the rest. So I'm just going in with that cuticle bead, and I'm going to make sure that I've got the apex there on this one, and I'll just tap that into place. So once I'm happy with that, this is a colour block nail, so I will file that with a brand new 150 grit file. There's my wall. There you go. And then you've got the side view. So keeping it nice and thin, but obviously I still need that wall. So clean that up, tidy, brush it all away, get rid of all that dust. Then you're going to come in with the white that I'm going to put on there. I will nudge it right up to that wall and then walk it down the nail to cover that tip. All the time watching the shape, so I'm pushing it back up for the sides, bringing it right back up. And I'll add another bead for the tip. So I'll stroke that back. And then stroke it down. And then another bead right where that cover powder meets the white, because I feel like that's really, I'm going to file that and end up with a gap, so we're not having any of that. So we put another bead on, build up that colour, then put another bead on and stroke that back slightly over that cover. When I'm happy with that, I will then move on to the ring finger, and I will do exactly the same. I will put the white at the tip, make sure the coverage is there, make sure my tip is nice and opaque, make sure that I haven't got really thin tip as well, so I'll check the thickness with that, as well as ensuring that I have got my white right up to that wall. I'll just let you watch this. Moving back to the middle finger, I will come in with those mylar flakes and just put a few, not a lot, just a few on both of those tips. So I'm happy with that. I will then cap those two tips in clear, and that will then protect the mylar when we're filing. So I will cap both of these tips, and then once that's all set, I will then file all of these nails into shape and buff. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I then come in with this. I'm going to call it striping tape, because want of another word it is, but it's just posh striping tape. I know, I'm pushing the boat out here, guys. So I have shown you the striping tape that I've got in the gold, rose gold and silver. That was in the last AliExpress haul. And I've got quite a few since. I've got like hollow, I have got zigzags. These are beads. So this is striping tape in like, it's got all different size beads on it. It's just something a bit different to put, you know, down the nail or to enhance the nail effect that you're going for. And I wanted to do half a nail with the cow print and leave the other half blank. And I wanted something nice down the middle. So I thought, shall I colour block it and do it in the cover powder? And I thought, no, I'm going to use this striping tape. So for want of another word, it is striping tape. It just comes on a piece of paper rather than a roll. So I will trim this up and I will do it a little bit shorter so that when we go over with the top coat it is completely encapsulated. So what you've seen me do is come in with a black gel polish on my little palette using a dotting tool. It's got a big dotting tool on one end and a smaller dotting tool on the other end, so I do use both ends. And what I'm doing is the cow print on all three nails. So I've done half on the pointer, I have done the tip on the two middle, and then I will do a full cow print nail on the little finger. Now you can use any black gel polish that you've got. I will say that it does tend to run with it being a thinner consistency, so I do zap that in the lamp and give that a flash cure. So I'll do half the nail, flash it, and then I do, you know, the rest. Exactly the same with this. This is a bigger nail, so I do a few, then I flash cure it, and then I do more. Because like I said, it tends to kind of go out of shape from what you're trying to do, get the effect, you know. So what I'm trying to do is, because I use the dotting tool, it gives it the rounder edge to that pattern, which was what I was going for. So I'll just let you watch this while I just complete this, and I'll be back. So once I'm happy with that, I will give it a full cure in the lamp. I will then come in with this striping bead tape and I will just put it across those two colour blocks just to finish this off, and then I will come in and top coat. You'll see me have a fight in a minute. There's a pesky bit of glitter and then there's a little bit of lint on the end of the tip that's from the white that's supposed to be lint free. Anyway, so, oh, isn't it lovely? Do you like this cow print design? Is this something that you would wear? Yeah, pick that off. So I finish the top coat. I will then give that a full cure in the lamp, and then this is the finished design. I really hope you like it. If you've enjoyed this video today, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, I would love it if you would. Thank you for tuning in today, guys. Bye.